Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. So if you've been following the series, you know that we've been creating a design system from scratch using Figma's latest feature, which is variables. And in the previous video, we learned how to create the spacing tokens, both spacing and corner radius. And also in a couple of other videos we also learned how we can create different shades of our color palette. Here, as you can see, we have all of them in our variables. And there's also another video about how you can create a like rich typography system for your design system that you can use in your product. So I'll put all the links to those, actually put a link to the playlist in the down in the description and also in the top right corner, so you can follow along and create this by yourself. Also, whenever we're finished with this, I'm gonna publish this whole design system to Figma Community, so make sure to check that out too. And leave a comment, let me know what you think. And yeah, let's get started quickly. So in this video, we're gonna talk about how we can create color tokens out of these colors. So these are like our base materials, and now we want to make them usable somehow, that give them a title, a description, a character. So let me zoom in. I've divided, so everyone, as mentioned, everyone does things differently, but like by experience, how I do my organization for the color tokens is based on actually the type. So right now I've divided the color tokens to grayscale, primary, secondary, error, warning, and success. And inside of each of those, I've also divided them to surface, border, text, or icon. So right now, let's go ahead and see this one. In grayscale, we have the surface. The main is the default one is pure white. And don't worry about the themes like dark mode and light mode. That's gonna be another video, how we can create dark mode and light mode in Figma. But yeah, we have the default for the surface, and then there is the default subtle, which is a little bit darker, and obviously on the dark mode it's gonna be a little bit lighter, and so on and so forth. Then we have the border. Also for the border we have default and disabled. Actually, I'm gonna add the disabled to the text here too, and maybe let's add it to the surface too, because you never know, you might need it. So default, that's gonna be disabled, and the color for that is gonna be charcoal again, but maybe something like this, or that's too dark. So yeah, this one's good. And also I'm gonna add the same thing for the text, disabled, and the color, because it's text, it should be a little bit darker. So yeah, let's test it out, and yeah, I think that should do it. Alright, so let me explain one more time. So I've divided the grayscale to three different types, which is the surface, then there is the border, and also text icon. And on the border you can see there is a default one, which I already use here. As you can see, this is the color. You can choose whichever of these color you want, but I want to like do the have the borders like this. And yeah, since we are using these, editing these are gonna be like a piece of cake basically. Alright, that was for the border. For the text and icons, I have the title. So I've divided this based on typography. And so it's title, body, subtitle, caption, negative, which is when you have a background that is dark. For example, an image, or like you want to use this one on a button. Like if the button color is dark, you need to have a negative text, like a white text. So yeah, then there is a disabled, which we created. Then we go to the other colors, other types. We have the primary, secondary, error, warning, and success. And on the primary we have again surface. So pay attention that we have four types of colors in the surface. We have the default, which we can use for the buttons. Also, default dark and light, we can also use for different states of the buttons, or here basically anywhere that we need. Also, there is a default style. So if you want to have maybe you want to like go a little bit crazy in some designs and use a different background other than this one, like default style for the surface based on your primary color, so you can use this one. As you can see, I've added this one all over the other types. So yeah, that's gonna be usable in future. And then there's the border. So for example, let's say there's an input that you want to like create, that in the active state you can use the default default dark or default light. And also for the text and icons, I chose a little bit darker shade for this one to like increase the contrast, because yeah, sometimes it's not that easy to read. But yeah, again, you can edit these based on your brand and guidelines. So yeah, as you can see, that this is also link or label. So yeah, because there are some times that you want to create a label underneath an input. So maybe you want to use any of this color. For example, maybe it's an error, you need to use an error label. Maybe it's a success message, you need to use a success error. Maybe I can even like make this a little bit darker. Yeah, something like that, so it's more readable. But yeah, that is basically it. So let's go ahead and group these and create them in our variables. Okay, so let's start. Actually, I'm gonna go to the tokens. Let's start right here. So I'm gonna group these after we're done with this, but let's call this one, it's gonna be color, and let's call this one grayscale. Actually, let's call this surface. Or actually, it's gonna be I need to group them after I like create them. So if it's gonna be default, subtle, and it's gonna be what's this one? It's chill gray, and you can see the beauty of it right away. So library, it's gonna be chill gray, and it's gonna be 50. And then I'm gonna create another one, color, call it default, and it's gonna be charcoal because it's pure white. So let's deselect this one so we can continue, and maybe decrease this a little bit. And yeah, let's go ahead and create the others. Again, that's also disabled. For the disabled, we're gonna go with charcoal, I guess 200. Yeah, let's see. Oh no, it's 100. Actually, also creating these are you need to I already examined this on like on other designs that I want to create on like mockups. So yeah, I think these are gonna go well with our design. And then let's group this first. So I'm gonna new group from selection, and I'm gonna call it, let's call this one grayscale / surface. Now you can see we have a grayscale, and I'm also gonna group these. Actually, let's group it also in the colors, basically, because we have the tokens here. And that's it. So that is a grayscale. I know, like this is a tree of colors that you might think it's gonna be hard to use, but while using variables, we're just gonna search for the name. So as you can see, we have defined the name easily by grayscale primary. And if you want to go super specific, you can like type primary text. You can easily find it. And also we can add the description and make the design system more richer and more detailed. But yeah, let's go ahead and do the other ones. So let's go to the grayscale, create variable, color, it's gonna be default, and by default it's gonna be border. Let's go in the chilled gray, chilled gray 300, and then again disabled, and for disabled we're gonna go with charcoal 100. Again, group them, new group from selection, that's gonna be called border, so on and so forth. I'm gonna create the grayscale completely, then I'm just gonna duplicate everything so you don't have to see all that stuff in the video. But yeah, let's go ahead and again tap on the grayscale, create variable, color, it's gonna be title, and it's the color should be chilled gray, and for the chilled gray we're gonna go with 900, I guess. Let me see. Yeah, it's 900. I remember that I used this. Again, another variable, it's gonna be color, it's gonna be body text, and for the body text we're gonna go with, we're gonna go with 800. Next one, subtitle, again chilled gray, subtitle is gonna be 700, I guess. Let's see, no, it's 600. All right, and the caption is 400. Caption chilled gray 400, and we're gonna have the negative or white, maybe, what do you call it, maybe I don't want to like call it negative because because it's not a common word for the text, so maybe we can call it white here, or you can call it contrast, or let's see. For now I'm gonna just use negative, and then like in the future we can edit it. Yeah, I just don't want a video to get paused for this. So the color should be charcoal 50, and there's also disabled, and the disabled is gonna be, because it's text, obviously it's gonna be a little bit darker, so you can see this disabled is a lot lighter. This one is charcoal 300, charcoal 300, and again group them, new group from selection, and it's gonna be text, and since we cannot use slash here, we can go with backslash text icon. All right, I'm just gonna duplicate this one and create the rest, and yeah, you don't have to see that, and I'll see you in a sec. All right, I'm finished with creating the other colors. I also renamed the spacing and borders to dimensions, and if you open it you can see spacings and corner radius. If I open the colors, you can see that we have all the styles here, I mean all the color tokens that we wanted to have here in this section. So you have the grayscale, surface border, text icon. Again, for the primary goes as well, secondary, error warning, and success. And now we have a complete color token that we can use easily in our future designs. And in another video I'm going to show you how you can create different themes via these ones. So yeah, stay tuned for the next video. Also make sure to follow the other videos, and to see how we've been progressing in our design system. But yeah, thank you, that's it for this video. Again, thank you for watching, and leave a like. Let me know what you think on the comment section below, please. Subscribe to the channel, that'd be a huge that'd be a huge help. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.